Vegetable garden update number 2. Today is June 6th. It's exactly 6 days after the garden was planted. As you can see, I have cages around a lot of the plants. So we'll walk you down and we'll see how everything's developing. Here are some of my tomato plants, looking good and healthy. That's the 8 tomato plants of 2 separate varieties. I have 54-inch cages on all of them. Moving on to the bell peppers, I put 42-inch cages on those. This guy down here is looking a little bit yellow compared to the other ones. See how nice and green. But I think the roots will just have to take a little bit. It'll get going. Those were the red peppers. These are the green peppers once again. As you can see, I put weed block down since the last video. These are my 2 rows of habanero peppers, and I accidentally put the weed block over it and forgot to cut the holes on this one and realized it 24 hours later. So it's looking a little wilty. Hopefully I didn't do too much damage. That one, these 3, so I'll keep an eye on them for the next couple days. If they're not getting good water and popping back up, I'll have to maybe get some new plants and put them in. That's a healthy one that I did remember to cut the hole. Zucchini, these are going to grow like crazy and into one another. I definitely did not leave enough room, but I was running out of garden space, so I had to get them a little close. And then here's the cucumbers, the regular cucumbers and the pickling cucumbers, and I'm trying a couple different things with the lattice this time. So I found this kit in Home Depot, these green posts, and what I'll do, I'll tie some, as they start growing, I'll tie some twine from one to the other and give it a place for the vines to grab hold of. And then in the back, I'm just going to stick with the good old bamboo, and again I'll tie some twine on them, which I haven't got to yet. So that's it. Come all the way down here at the end so you can see the whole length of it. So it starts here and it goes all the way down. Now, in addition to the garden itself, we have some spices here. This is dill being grown in a pot. Keep this up by the barbecue here. And then over here we have some peppermint growing. This was a tiny little bush. This thing was this big when I put it in the pot, and it's taken off like crazy. So the peppermint we could use in like iced tea or some tropical drinks. The dill will be used once those Kirby pickles start coming in. Then when we make the pickles, we'll use the fresh dill for that. And oh, and to give you an idea, I know I'm panning fast here, but so the 2 spices are on there, and that's the garden back there. That's where we just came from. Okay, now these are just some plants. My wife planted some sunflower seeds there. The girls like that. I had a couple extra tomato plants, so I put them in pots here. So if one of the ones in the garden don't take, I could transplant them, but everything's looking pretty good. This one's a little wilty. I was a little late in getting it some water, and I put some cages on them. They'll probably do fine right there on the pots, so I'll just keep them as extras. And then lastly, as far as the edible, is our parsley and the basil. And I think that pretty much does it for all of the edible vegetables and spices and so forth.